Well, that doesn't pose any problem at all there. That was a really, really bad delivery on the part of Williamson. And it was smashed over mid-wicket. A wide long on region by Kieran Powell for 6.
Oh, it's gone through fourth. My goodness. Well, it almost worked, you'd have to say that. Well, he has to play at that only because the length is full enough. And driven away for 4, even though cover partially got a hand to it. Yep, over pitched wide again, so it's not been a good outing for Chris Martin with the ball so far in this match. 284 for 1. Two straight. It's the other side of the coin with the new ball is that runs can leak, but it has to be said it's from indifferent bowling. Nicely struck by Powell. Very dominant shot. Picked the length quickly and dispatched it.
Looking to go over the top. Didn't time it as well as he wanted, but still within inches of going for 6. It's going to be a boundary. 4 more. Giving him the width. Wagner's on at him. Well, if you're bowling short and wide, what do you want him to do? Well, that's a response for you. Stand and deliver. Stood his ground and just smashed it away. He's getting carried away here. Big drive, and he's got the wicket. He's finally gotten his first test wicket, getting sucked into the stroke making. Kieran Powell increasingly loose, and his innings, his first test 100, has come to an end. A first test wicket for Neil Wagner.
Well, it's clear that Kieran Powell had made up his mind he was going to go after Wagner. This one was a little bit wider, and just feathering it through to Van Wyk. He wasn't there for the drive, he just threw the bat at it. And he's worked really hard for his first wicket in Test cricket, and you can see the joy on his face. And Kieran Powell, his first century in Test cricket comes to an end, and West Indies now lose their second wicket. It's 304 for 2.
Pretty close to being caught. First delivery. Bit of extra pace for Marlon Samuels. A bit of chat and good hostility from the man who just taken his first test wicket. Mix up here, Samuels in trouble. And it's going to be overthrows. Samuels not at all pleased with the calling of Asad Fudaddin. He's almost sold up the river there.
Well, that's how Marlon Samuels plays spin. One of the few West Indian batsmen who naturally uses his feet.
Well, that's been kicked away for 4. It was possibly going to be 1, and Bracewell has given it an almighty knee. That's beautifully played. Rank half volley, but put away nicely. It's too short and wide. Nicely played. It's fine, and it'll be 4.
.352 for 2.
So that will be the tea break on day 3 of this first test.
Oh, he's knocked him over. Inside edge onto stumps. Reward for Martin at last. Yeah, one would have to say for some consistency around the off stump, and the Bates Brigade feel that what they've done have worked.
It was a very lazy looking shot from Marlon Samuels. Chris Martin, who's toiled hard, picks up a wicket. Big gap between the bat and the pad. And inside edge taken onto the stumps. So Marlon Samuels goes just after the interval for 28. West Indies 355 for 3.
Oh, is that gone? It is gone, yes! Big wicket, 2 in the over. Well, not 2 in the over, but a new over for Martin. And he gets Shivnarine Chanderpaul 2 in 2 balls. On a hat-trick next time.
And they're off again. Short delivery. Chanderpaul looking to try and play. And just got too big for him. And Van Wyk does the rest. So 2 for Martin in 2 deliveries. Chanderpaul fails to score. And it's now 355 for 4.
Nice shot. Dean Ryan is confident that it'll go for 4, and he's absolutely right.
A short delivery, punch away through backward square leg for 4.
Very good shot. Textbook. Put it in, getting closer to 50. And that's it now. And he's going to be very relieved to get up to 50. Such was the anxiety to reach the half-century mark, and he's done so in his second test match.
Nice shot. He's gone for 4. It was beautifully timed, easy as you like. No great sense of power in the shot.
Big hit, miscued, chance for the catch, and well taken, very well taken. McCullum out in the deep, seemed to have misjudged it, and then going backwards, held it above the head, put it in the pads. Loss of concentration, but New Zealand celebration.
Well, the plan was to try to dry the runs up, and to a large extent New Zealand did this. And here comes the indiscretion from not being able to score freely. Fooded in, gets a half century and gives it away. That's been hit. And it's gone a long way. I reckon that's 6. Should get 4 for that.
Got one. Straight in and picked up a wicket. Well bowled us, Bish. And he's chopped it back on. It was a short ball, a bit of a lazy shot. And Bracewell has picked up a wicket.
They're going to check for a no ball here, but the positioning and the balance of Ramdin wasn't great, so no problems with the legality of delivery. Ramdin will be on his way. Let's see the balance here, because I'm not convinced he got into good position. Peeped onto the front foot and didn't actually transfer the weight as he would have liked. Bottom edge is on to his stumps, and that is the end of him. He's gone for 3, 428 for 6.
Sammy goes straight down the ground. What a lovely shot. High elbow and 6. And that's his 50. The fourth 50 for Nassim Deonaran. Controlled knock. Well, Deonaran has swung one away. Last ball of the day. Away towards mid-wicket for 4. So it was a risky shot, but he's got away with it. The last ball of the day's play.
In the air and just out of the fingers of Williamson at gully. Stretched away, but could only parry it to the boundary.
Well, he left a couple outside off stump, but couldn't resist the temptation, Deonaran. Didn't get close enough to this, and good attempt by Williamson, but just too far away from him. Bracewell has been very direct. And in the circumstances, he's kept the scoring down. Another good delivery from him. Just a little bit of extra bounce with this replacement ball. Another short delivery. Not the easiest conditions for a seamer to make his debut. No help off the pitch. He's shown good consistency. Every now and then, Doug Bracewell digging one in just to keep Darren Sammy honest. This is a good one, well directed. That's an even better one. Lands safely, but Sammy not in control of that shot.
Really got into the position where he could only do one thing, and had to hope that it would have fallen safe. Well, he's launched himself at this one. Didn't middle it, but gets 4.
That's a lovely shot. A little bit short from Vettori. It's timed nice, it'll be 4 runs.
Deliberately played. It's a no ball as well. Deonaran moves on, soldiers on.
This can often happen too. Just trying too hard. It's a long way over as well. Really nicely played.
Oh, very well played. Wonder if that gully fielder got a hand to it. Whoa. That'll be a tester for the umpire again.
Yeah, Doug Bracewell on that occasion. They certainly got very close. Let's have a little look. Touching, yes, 4. That will be 4. Good effort from Bracewell.
Brings up the 50 partnership between Sammy and Diana Ryan. Struck very firmly. That man had, I suppose, a short mid-off, had no chance. Struck with a great power. 485 for 6. Yeah, you could sense it was coming. He's hit that very, very well. And he's hit it with the wind. And he's gone all the way.
It's just a shame that Ian Bishop didn't have the microphone to his mouth about 4 steps before Daniel Vettori bowled that ball, because I could hear him say, big shot coming. You could see what was going on. Obviously reading Darren Sammy's mind. Drifting into the pads.
There he goes, just clearing mid-wicket. Even when you miscue them these days, they carry to the boundary. Total getting close to 500.
It was by no means a bad delivery. It was dragged from just outside the off stump through mid-wicket.
Played on. Wicket for Martin. So there won't be any 100 for Narsingh Deonarine. He's very disappointed about that because it was all set up for him.
A full pitch delivery, jog it on. It was a bit of a lazy stroke on the part of Deonarine, and caused his demise. And a welcome wicket for New Zealand. Narsingh Deonarine, Bowl Martin, 79. 497 for 7.
Positive stroke play again, and not able to come up with the catch. Brownlee coming around from deep mid-wicket.
That ball was in the air for a long time. It seems a pretty ordinary effort by Brownlee, because he almost got to it by short of a few inches. But of course, at the same time, you can't be too harsh. They had a long couple of days in the field, and I'm quite sure they're all a little bit tired.
Tell that to the bowler. Vettori in his 46th over. Yet to get a wicket. Daniel Vettori still looking for his first, and more runs conceded here for thick outside edge. And that's a boundary to get Narine off the mark. 500 up. That's another milestone for the West Indies. Lead going over 150. And it's only the 6th time in the last 5 years that the West Indies have got 500 plus in a test innings. Bit of extra pressure now. Brendan McCullum in at silly point, short silly point.
The West Indies are setting themselves up, to try and get a good lead to win this game. And
could be run out here. Poor return. I think he's still in trouble though. Not so sure that he slid in. Was halfway down the track. Not too sure where he was going. Was sent back by Sammy. A high return. I think he's gone. Yeah. Well short of his ground. Poor judgment there by Sul Narayan has resulted in him being run out.
it was a poor return, very high over the head of keeper Van Wyk, and he did extremely well to get up and made an effective run out. Chris Martin with a throw. It wasn't a good one, but it was very well done in the end by Van Wyk, the diminutive wicket keeper, Snell right, run out for 4, 502 for 8.
Just leaving Kemar Roach. It was high in the air and long enough to go for 6. 50 up for Darren Sammy.
Well, this will do a lot for his confidence with the bat. Darren Sammy, who's been short in that department. Here he goes again. This is way, way up in the air. Vittori's under it and takes a catch.
They had to make some ground, Daniel Vittori. Those tired legs were working overtime to get there, but he made it. And his first wicket in the innings, Sammy going across the line. It was a bit of a wild swipe. Vittori followed it all the way, straight into those big mitts. And he gets some reward finally. Sammy goes for 50, and it is 516 for 9. Is that an inside edge or not? No, I don't think so. Straight off the pad.
I think how long they go will depend on how fast they can score. They may have to bat past T tomorrow. It could be the prospect of winning this test match could be taken away from them, and it could be a saving job.
Edge, but didn't carry to Vittori.
Nothing really on that delivery. Rampal just not getting close enough to it.
It's nicely swept. But better, more aggression from Kemar Roach, and that'll bring about a boundary 4.
Bracewell, new ball.
Straight away, some extra bounce. A little bit of swing back in. Big appeal. Just a bit high and heading down leg, or New Zealand have called for the review process, so we'll go through the different stages. Have a look at the no ball first of all. Front foot, any problems here or not? Nope, absolutely fine. First impressions were bounce and down leg for me. Oh.
Maybe just hitting outside of leg stump. Looks a better shout now, doesn't it?
Yeah, it looks okay. It just has to be hitting a lot of that leg stump. Yeah, well, there you go. He's going to have to reverse his decision. So a good review. First one used by New Zealand. I was with Paul Rifle. I thought might have just been a little high. But, the decision has been reversed, and Bracewell picks up the wicket of Ravi Rampaul, LBW for 1.
And a well-deserved wicket for Doug Bracewell. He's bowled better than those figures suggest.